before being equipped with MiG-29 fighters in the late 1980s. Syria was the first customer to buy Soviet MiG-23 Flogger fighters in 1974. By the late 1980s, nearly 150 MiG-23 fighters had entered service with the Syrian Air Force, including the latest variants such as the MiG-23BN, MiG-23ML and MiG-23MLD. MiG-23 ceased production in 1985. The MiG-29 fighter was a mandatory replacement. Syria received the MiG-29A in the final years before the collapse of the Soviet Union. The MiG-29 was designed to counterbalance the US Air Force F-16 and F-18 fighters. The combat performance with the R-73 short-range air-to-air missile gave the MiG-29 a huge advantage over Western fighters at close range. The collapse of the Soviet Union severely disrupted Syria's plans to modernize the Air Force. Only 5 of the 29 fighter squadrons of the Syrian Air Force were equipped with modern fighters, capable of fighting fourth-generation Western aircraft. This also ended friendly prices for new weapons and military aid to Syria. Syria's MiG-21 and MiG-23 squadrons no longer have a chance to be replaced by the MiG-29. The collapse of the Soviet Union also forced post-Soviet Russia, severely reducing its MiG-29 fleet of 700 aircraft, and put most of it in reserve, halting production lines and postponing plans to modernize the MiG-23. Syria today faces significant threats from its neighbors, such as Turkey and Israel, both of which rely on F-16 and F-15s. Although the MiG-29 is well-suited to confront the F-16, Syria's MiG-29A fleet is greatly outdated. Syria received its first new MiG-29 aircraft from Russia in 2020. Previously, Syria also ordered MiG-29 SMT fighters before the war broke out. The MiG-29 SMT is a variant of the MiG-29A with integrated Juke ME radar, which provides much higher situational awareness and allows to hit more targets at once. The MiG-29 SMT has a larger airframe than the MiG-29A, holds more fuel, and the range is significantly extended. Powered by the RT-33 Series 3 engines, however, it does not apply new composite materials like the MiG-29M, but overall is very similar to the original MiG-29A. In addition to the MiG-29 SMT, Syria has also modernized its MiG-29A fleet. The aircraft were significantly modified in the 2000s to deploy the R-77 active radar-guided air-to-air missile with fire and forget capability, which has a range similar to the Israeli AIM-120C missile. Recently, the Syrian MiG-29A has integrated the Belarusian Advanced Talisman Airborne Defense Suit, a powerful electronic warfare system designed to protect the fighter from air-to-air and surface-to-air missiles. This system has been deployed since 2019, providing an electronic warfare advantage over the Turkish F-16 and closes the gap with the aircraft in the Israeli Air Force. Syria is also considering buying more advanced Russian fighter jets, such as the MiG-25, but that will largely depend on whether its economy can recover from wartime damage. Economic viability will also determine the extent of Syria's MiG-29 fleet expansion. Given the huge size of the current MiG-23 fleet, Syria is likely to place very large orders from MiG-29s in the future. Western economic sanctions, however, have slowed efforts towards Syria's post-war economic recovery.